How about now? Just wait for a few minutes for everyone to get logged in, and if you're still having problems, let me know. I think I can. Oh, I see Jose's there. Oh boy, I'm getting messages about the video. Okay, I got a thumbs up. Oh, look, there's lots of more people coming on. Can you give me a thumbs up if it's working? Oh, good. I see Liam can see it. Claudia and can see it. Elijah. Okay, give me a few more minutes. Let everybody get logged in. Okay, good. Lots of thumbs up. Is Edgar here? Oh, wow, that's awesome. Thiago. Hi, Thiago. Okay. Well, I was saying earlier that I had my fancy beach hat on today. Oh, Penny's here. Okay, good job. So I'll start over. I read a couple poems that some of them reminded me of things that we learned about yesterday, and some of them just were really good kid things to learn. So the first one I read was this poem called Children Can. Oh, hi, Ulysses. And Will. Wow, good. I'm glad it's working now. Okay, this one's called Children Can. Ready? Who can crawl under a table? Who can sit under a chair? Who can fit their feet in little shoes and sleep most anywhere? Who can play very much longer, play much harder than grown-ups ever dare? You're a child, so you can do it. You can do it anywhere. Who can wake up every morning and be ready right away? Who can notice all the tiny things that other people say? Who can make the things they play with something different for every single day? You're a child and you can do it. You can do it anyway. Oh, good. It seems like everyone's getting logged in now. Nice job. Roll in the grass, squoosh in the mud, lick an ice cream cone, sing to a bass, splash in a flood, be a stepping stone all alone. Who can put your hand in my hand and be ready to feel all safe and strong? You're a child, so you can do it. Children do it all life long. That one's about things that kids do. I bet maybe some of you heard some things that you do too. And then the other one I wanted to read, this reminded me of this book yesterday, My Very Own Room. And this one's called A Place of My Own. They both kind of mean the same thing, right? This book was about this little girl whose family worked together to make sure she had a special spot for herself and her things at her house. And this book is similar. This poem is similar. It's called A Place of My Own. Okay. I like to have a place of my own, a place where I can be myself. When I want to think and play by myself, I like to have a place of my own. I like to have a place of my own, a step on a staircase, a drawer or a chair, a corner or spot anywhere, a place I can call my own. Dishes have places, so do pots and pans, beds and bathtubs, shoes and socks. Tables have places, so do faces and hands. Houses have faces. Oh, I'm sorry, houses don't have faces. Houses have places, keys have locks. I like to have a place on my own, a place where I can be myself. When I want to play and think by myself, I like to have a place of my own. Just like the little girl in the story. Maybe you've been doing this at home too. I've seen lots of people making forts in their house so they have a cozy spot to read or do their homework or play some games. Maybe you've been doing this kind of thing at home too. Okay, well, I hope that the video is working better. Thanks to everyone who let me know. Right over here, I have my computer set up with Remind. So if that ever happens again, you can send me a message so that I can see, and then I can start it over again. I think it's working now. So thanks for everybody for letting me know. Okay, So if you have a paper and a pencil ready or a whiteboard, we're going to practice some magic E words. And yesterday we practiced magic E words that also have the sound A, right? Like make or take or bake. Can you try to say 3 words that have that A sound in them? Maybe they rhyme with take. Or you could type a word that rhymes. What's a word that rhymes with take? See if you can say 3. Maybe you said fake, lake, and snake. Those would all be perfect ones. Let's practice some today that have the sound I in them. I saying its own name, like in the word time. Ready? Let's stretch time. Time. Ready? Let's write the letters. Time. Oh, but what does it say without the E? It says Tim, right? Like the name Tim. To make it say time, we need to add an E, because E tells the I to say its own name. Nice job. Let's try the word bite. Bite. I took a bite out of the apple, and some of your teeth probably fall out when you do that. Let's stretch the word bite. Ready? B-I-T. Bite. Ready? See if you can write it on your board. Bite. What is it without the E? It's just bit, right? So we need the E for the I to say its own name. Bite. Very good. Let's try the word kite. Kite. I saw Nella and her family flew a kite yesterday. Let's stretch the word. Ready? K-I-T. Kite. Write it on your board or your paper. What is it without the E? It's just kit, right? With the E, it's kite. I gotta practice those backwards E's. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try the word slide. Slide. When the playground opens up, I'm gonna go down the slide. Stretch it. Ready? Go. S-L-I-D. Slide. Ready to write it? S-L-I-D-E. What does it say without the E? It just says slid, right? Slid. Very good. Let's try, the word lime. Lime. I love to put some lime in my water. Sadie gave me this cup. I have a lime in there right now. Let's stretch the word lime. Ready? L-I-M. Lime. Try to write it on your board. What is it without the E? It's a nonsense word. Limb, right? Very good. It needs an E to say lime. Very good. This one's a little tricky. This one has the long I at the beginning. The word ice. You could hear my ice start sloshing around in my cup. Let's stretch it. Ready? Ice. That one's a little tricky. I'll also give you a hint. The S sound is not with an S in this word. What other letters sometimes make that sound S? It's tricky. How do you spell ice? Got it? I-C-E. Very good. Let's do a few more. Let's, let's write the word drive. Drive. Sometimes I go for a drive in my car to get out of the house. Drive. Let's stretch it. Ready? D-R-I-V. Drive. This one's tricky too because that sound at the beginning, J, drive, it sounds like J, but really it's drive, drive, like dress. It's that sound that's a little bit tricky. Drive. Drive. There it is. D-R-I-V-E. Oh, nice. I see Charlie. Oh, I can't tell who that is. I see that someone has the word ice. I-C-E. Very good. This is the word drive. D-R-I-V-E. Let's go back to the word ice. How can we turn the word ice into the word rice? Rice. I had rice and beans for dinner. How do we change it? All we do is add an R, right? Now we have rice. Very good. How can we change it to mice? How can we change rice to mice? We take up the R and we add an M. Very good. Mice. Let's try one more. Let's try the word, actually the name, Mike. Mike. Mike is the name of my neighbor next door. Mike. Let's stretch it. Ready? Go. M-I-K. Mike. Now, when we have a name, think about what you have to do to the first letter when you write someone's name. Mike. Ready? M-I-K-E. Very good. Hi, Kellen. Nice job, Ulysses. Very good. Oh, this is the name of Kellen's dad. He just logged in right there. Nice job. Okay, let's write a sentence. This one has lots of magic E words in it. Ready? Here's the sentence. Mike rides a bike for 9 miles. It's 7 letters. Oh, Miss Jackie's here. Hi, Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie is works in our lunchroom at school, and she knows every single kid's name at Goethe. She says hi but to everyone by name and is the biggest bucket filler around, and we miss her a lot. She's working really hard getting lunches and breakfast ready for everyone at school. We love her so much and we miss her. Here's our sentence. Mike rides a bike for 9 miles. 7 words. Almost all of them are magic E's. Oh, Miss Jackie. Jose says hello. Mike. So does Zane. Mike rides. Mike rides a. And Elijah. Oh, I bet her bucket is so full. And Nella. Oh my gosh. Miss Jackie's bucket, I'm sure, is exploding right now. Okay, let's write our sentence. If you don't have a place to write your sentence, you can just spell the words out loud. That's okay too. We all have to do things a little bit differently. Okay? Mike rides a bike. So does Liam. Liam says hello to Miss Jackie. Mike rides a bike for. Mike rides a bike for 9 miles. So does Penny and Charlie. She is going to be so happy to get all those warm wishes. Mike rides a bike for 9 miles. I love you guys too. I love reading these messages. It's so fun to see them. Mike rides a bike for 9 miles. Okay, I'm going to write it on my board. If you finished your sentence, just like we do at school, you can draw a picture to match. I bet Mike is pretty tired after riding a bike for 9 miles. Maybe he's got sweat on his head, or maybe he's drinking some water. Okay, you finish yours while I write mine. Mike rides. Oh. Mike rides a bike. Is that right? No. Mike rides a bike. Hi, Maggie. Mike rides a bike 4, 9 miles. Okay, remember, I have to write the letters backwards so that you see them the right way. So if one of them's backwards, I'll try to fix it. Okay, ready? Let's see how many words you got right. Oh, Zeth's here. Hi, Zeth. Mike, capital M-I-K-E. Rides, R-I-D-E-S, rides. When we add when we stretch out a word ride, we should stretch out the word I-D, ride, and then add the S, rides. Mike rides a bike for 9 miles. Very good. I can put a period at the end of the sentence, or I could put an exclamation mark. Why could I put an exclamation mark on this sentence? What would it sound like? How would you read it this way? It would sound like this. Mike rides a bike for 9 miles, right? Because that's a long time. So if you have an exclamation point, you kind of make your voice sound more excited. Very good. All right, everybody, let's practice some math. We've been practicing subtraction. So let's think about what are some of the strategies we used yesterday to subtract two numbers. What did we use to write? What did we use to subtract two numbers? We used two tools. What's one of them? One was a tens frame, remember? And I first make a tens frame I draw a rectangle and a line down the middle. Then I draw 4 up and down lines, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 boxes. Let's try the number sentence. 18 minus 9. 18 minus 9. Oh yeah, Elijah knows the other one. We used a number line. Nice job. We're going to use that one next. 18 minus 9. We can use something else we know about these numbers too to subtract these two. Does anyone know what this kind of fact is? 18 and minus 9? Does those numbers sound familiar? If I put them in a math mountain, does anyone remember what the other number is? It's 9, right? This is a doubles fact. So I might know this in a snap because I know my doubles facts. But I could practice them other ways, right? I could do I know that I have 10 when the tens frame is full, right? Then I can add 5 plus 3. And then to take away 9, I know I have 8 on the bottom, and I just need to subtract 1 more. And then when I have 1 missing from the tens frames, I could count each and every one, but I also know that when 1 is missing, I have the number 9. Very good. I could also use my number line, right? I start at 18 and I make 9 jumps towards 0. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I land on the number 9. Very good. Let's try another one. Did anyone make a number line or a tens frame at home for yourself? Let's try 19 minus 12. 19 minus 12. That's a lot of jumps. Oh no, is it frozen? Is the video frozen? Can you see me? Oh, Elijah did make a number line. Nice job. I miss you too. I'm not sure who that is. Can you write your name, whose username is JHONY1415? I can't tell who that is. 19 minus 12. Well, here's a cool thing you can do with 19 minus 12. When both of these numbers have the same digit in the tens place, 10 and 10, you can really just do 9 minus 2, right? And Liam's got it right. It is 7. Very good. Can you think of another subtraction sentence that equals 7? Oh, hi, Jair. Thank you for writing your name. That helps me to know who's who. Can you think of a subtraction sentence that equals 7? What two numbers could we put here? Oh yeah, good job. Ulysses got it. What two numbers could we put here? Maybe you could start at 10 and jump back to see how many jumps it takes you to get to 3. Oh, Jose read my mind, right? You could start at 10 and you can jump back 1, 2, 3 to get 7. So you could do 10 minus 3. What else could you do? I see Nella's got a 0 fact, right? If you start at 7, oh boy. If you start at 7 and make 0 jumps, you end up at 7. 7 minus 0 equals 7. Very good. If you have a number line, you can start at any number greater than 7 and count your jumps, right? I could start at 15 and I can count how many jumps it takes me to get to 7. And then my number sentence would be 15 minus that number. So I could start at 15 and jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could say 15 minus 8 equals 7. You could also start at number 7 and count up so that you have your 3 numbers. I see that Caleb started at 7 and he jumped up 1 to 8. So then he knows that 8 minus 1 equals 7. Very good. 8 minus 1 equals 7. Excellent. So those are some strategies you can use when you're working on your subtraction problems at IXL. Today is an IXL day. So when it's time for you to go on the computer, I sent a schedule to your parents in their emails, and you can just click on the link in the email and it'll take you right to the topic that matches what we learned today. So there are topics for magic E words, and there are topics for subtraction, just like this. So you can practice what we learned today. If you already passed those topics, or if you finish them and you still have more time in your 15 minutes, you can choose different subtraction problems. So you can just go right to that schedule and it'll take you right to the topics that you could work on today. Okay, so there's subtraction and there's magic E things there for you to practice. Okay, so your journal prompt for today is write directions for how to play your favorite game. So I thought that I would show you in some of our books around the world games that kids play in different places. And some of them have little directions for how they play the games that they like to play at their school and at their houses. So this little girl, Polonia, she lives in Russia. Let's see what games she likes to play. And some of the games I think you'll notice are similar to the games that you play, and some might be very different. So look at the games that she's playing. Can you tell what she's playing here? She's playing catch. And she's playing hopscotch. Do you guys play hopscotch on the sidewalk? So it says, back home, Polonia gets together to play some, oh my goodness. Let me start over. Back home, Polonia gets together with some of her friends to play a game of catch. They play classy too. Classy is what they call hopscotch. So it might be, you could write directions for how to play catch, but you could probably write an even longer book about how to play hopscotch, right? Because first you have to draw the hopscotch, then you have to draw the numbers, then you have to throw a stone, and then you have to hop in the squares and not touch that stone. right? So that's how you could write the directions for how to play hopscotch. That's how Polonia would do it. Pola just said that Polonia's name is almost the same name as her sister's name. That's cool. Look at what they're doing here. Some of you have been doing this at home, right? It says, then Polonia and her friend Katya have an idea. They run inside to tell Polonia's grandfather about it, and he finds them some paper, cotton, and some plywood. When their new kite is ready, Polonia, Katya, and their friend Hayel, who lives nearby, run back to the park to try it out. So you could write directions for how to make a kite and how to fly it. Yesterday was a good day for flying kites because it was so windy. So you could give some tips about how windy it has to be. Sometimes it's too windy and then you can't fly a kite. So you could write about how to make a kite. Let's see what the boys in Vietnam are up to. Oh, this is a game that lots of you like to play. What are they playing here? What does it look like? It looks like soccer, right? Or football. Most other countries call it football. Let's see what they have to say about it. It says they run out to the yard and play bóng đá with their friends Diep and Phong. Vietnamese boys often play football in the garden or on the streets, but it is not taught at school because there isn't usually space in the school grounds for a playing field. Vietnamese school children do keep fit exercises every day instead. So I bet lots of you could write directions for how to play soccer. In fact, I know that Jair, he already wrote a nonfiction teaching book about how to play soccer when we were back at school. So you could even add on to that. What else do they play? It says, after dinner, they play Grandma's favorite game, Ko Ga Nuo Nuo. These words are hard for me to read. It's a board game about horse racing. Each player has a team of 4 horses, and the aim is to get your team to the finishing line before anyone else does. If your horse lands on the same spot as someone else's, you can kick their horse right back to the beginning of the circuit. This has a different name, but this game sounds like another game that I bet a lot of you have at home. It even has the same colors, blue, red, green, and yellow. And there's 4 places, and if you land on the same spot, you get sent home. Does anyone know what that game is? It's my sister's favorite game. It sounds just like the game Sorry, right? So you could write about your favorite board game. I know that Jose really loves to play card games at home with his sister, so he could write the directions for how to play Uno in his journal today. Let's see, I have two more books. Oh, Kellen got it. He knew. Oh, look at this. These boys live in Vietnam, and these boys live in Brazil, which are very far apart. But guess what? They play the same game. What does it look like they're playing? Football or soccer, right? This book said the boys couldn't play at school because their school didn't have room for a field, but it looks like this school does have room for a field, and they even have a net there. Cool. It says Cassio doesn't stay inside for long, though. He wants as much time as possible to play football with his friends. And there's one more here. This isn't really a game, but this reminded me of some things that you guys play at the playground at school. They're all up in this tree. I know that you guys play at school sometimes where the ground is lava and you have to climb up and you can't touch the ground. And this reminded me of what you guys play at school. So you could also write directions for a game that you like to play on the playground at school. Something maybe that you miss from being at school. And there's one more. Bongani, remember? He was from South Africa. And he is playing a very similar game. This is his playground at school. It says, at breakfast, Bongani rushes outside to the climbing frame to play Shaka Zulu with his friends. Shaka Zulu. It says, King Shaka was a powerful chief who once ruled over the Zulu people, one of the main groups of people in South Africa. Bongani's game is based on a recent television series about the adventures of King Shaka and his Zulu warriors. When they reach the top of the tire tunnel, they jump off and yell, "Hail the chief." Cool. So maybe you guys do something like this at school. This game is something that they're playing because they saw a TV show that looked fun. So maybe you play a Pokemon game or something else at school on the playground. You could write directions about that. And the last one, something you could write is directions for a computer game. We play lots of computer games at school, and I bet you have lots of games that you like to play maybe on your tablet or Fortnite or something like that. So today in your journal, I want you to write the directions for how to play your favorite game. And we saw so many examples. It can be a computer game. It can be an outside game. It can be a board game. It can play something you play on the sidewalk like hopscotch. It can be something you play in the grass like soccer or football. It's up to you. And then if you would like, you can take a picture and you can send it to me here. You can send it on Instagram. You can send it on Remind. You can send it on email. I would love to see which games you were writing about today. And I would love to see you in your hats. I already got a picture from Elijah and Nella today. So remember, today you're working on IXL. You can go to the schedule and click right to the topics that you should work on today, the things we practiced. You're reading for 15 minutes the books that you have at home or the books on Raz Kids, and you're writing in your journal for 15 minutes about the directions for playing your favorite game. All right. Thank you guys for sticking in with me today and helping me when I had technology problems. That was really, really great. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day today. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. So hopefully you can get outside to play a little bit. Maybe some of these games that these kids were playing. Okay, bye everybody. I miss you guys.